Good morning, my dear students. In today's lecture, we are going to discuss about research paper format. Everyone has to learn research paper, and it is very essential for all of us because in after graduation, also in the final year, also, or if when you become a faculty, or when you're working somewhere, also, whenever you have to make research and you want to write something, you should know how to write research paper. So let's start. Why do you need to learn how to write a research paper? In college, you will be asked to write many research papers, and you need to learn what goes into writing a successful paper. Means, in this particular lectures, we will learn how this particular research paper is important for all of you. These PowerPoint presentations will give you step-by-step directions on how must high school and college teachers, even professors like me, expect you to write a basic research paper. You see in our college also most of the times, because when you are in a final year, professor asks you to write the research papers because you are having that much caliber to write, and you are in a final year. Mostly students write that. While writing the research paper, you need to keep some certain targets in your mind. The first one, how to choose a topic. You should know how to choose a topic. How to write a thesis or introductory statement. There are so many students, even they are excel in their academic records, they are not able to write proper thesis, even research paper. So this particular lecture is also for them. Understand the difference between plagiarism and acceptable plagiarism. Learn how to use parenthetical notations, bibliography, and proper format. This may be new for you, but still this is very useful for you. Now the concept we will discuss. Research. Remus, one more time. It is defined as intensive search with the purpose of becoming certain. It is a systematic investigation into reality to gain knowledge. Just you are going and getting the exploring the knowledge, it's not like that. It's a systematic investigation. When you are going to organize certain points and then you start your research, that will be really beneficial for us. Structure of research paper, we all should know, because there are structure is given in a different books in different way, but certain points must be there in a research paper because it's a universal truth that you will have to follow these points. First one, there should be abstract, introduction, thesis statements, then literature review, then methodology, then results, then discussions, then conclusions, then references, and then appendices. Structure of the research paper. What particular section represent that we are going to discuss in this particular slide. Section first, that is abstract. What is the purpose of abstract? To briefly introduce the reader to the aims of the study, the methodology, results and findings. जो एब्स्ट्रैक्ट होता है उसका मेन मकसद ये होता है कि आप उस पर्टिकुलर टॉपिक्स के बारे में थोड़ा सा इंट्रोड्यूस दें, उसके मेथडोलॉजी किस तरह से की गई वो बताए, रिजल्ट्स क्या है वो बताए, फाइंडिंग्स क्या है वो बताए. वाई? बिकॉज यू शुड नो the particular reader who is reading your abstract only, he should understand easily what is about this. Second one, introduction and or the thesis statement. When we start writing the research paper, first we have to write abstract, then we need to write introduction. To state a clear overall purpose for the study, often framed a discussion of the need of the research is satisfied. To define the research questions of the study, to give you a very brief background of relevant theory and practice for your topic. इंट्रोडक्शन में आपको ओवरऑल पर्पस करना लिखना होता है स्टडी का, ये ध्यान में रखिएगा. लिटरेचर रिव्यू, टू समराइज व्हाट कंक्लूजन्स हैव बीन रीच इन research literature and whether different writers agree or not. To highlight main issue and controversies around the problem. Literature review mostly use how earlier researchers has done the work on the same topic, or how this work already related with the other authors. For that, for that things particularly, you need to read literature review and you need to write literature review. Methodology means how did you do that, or how you are going to do this. To demonstrate that you are aware of the research methods used to study this topic, to explain and justify the method of data collection and analysis. As I said, because there are so many students don't know how to start their research paper writing work. So in methodology section you should write how did you collect the data and how did you make the analysis. Everything should be easily interpreted in this particular segment that called methodology. आपने अपना काम किस तरह से किया है, आपने उस काम करने के लिए किस किस टूल्स का मेथड्स का आपने इस्तेमाल किया है, ये सारी चीज़ें आपको मेथडोलॉजी सेक्शन में लिखना होता है. Getting me? Results. To present the findings of research in an orderly manner using heading plan in your methodology, or heading arising from patterns found in the results. Whatever results you got, you need to write. Whatever finding you got through this research, you should mention here properly. Discussion. To comment on the trends, findings, and show your understanding of what your data suggests. To highlight anything unexpected that came up. Conclusion. To sum up your findings and highlight the significance, the outcomes of your study. To discuss the limitation of your study and indicate where further research is needed. कंक्लूजन में ये सब चीज़ें बताएंगे आप, फाइंडिंग्स क्या हुई थी, उसके सिग्निफिकेंस क्या था, आगे चल के फ्यूचर में इस रिसर्च को हम कैसे आगे बढ़ा सकते हैं, इस बारे में भी आप इसमें मेंशन कर सकते हैं. नेक्स्ट इज रेफरेंस. वी ऑल नो रेफरेंस मीन्स to list alphabetically all the reference materials that have been cited in the text of the report. जिस बुक्स का आपने इस्तेमाल किया है, whatever books you have used while writing this particular research paper, you need to write alphabetically with author name, publication name, year of publication. This is the way APA system is also applicable here, so you can go through like that also. Appendices. To present relevant details such as letters to participant and organizations, to present details of questionnaires, surveys, and other relevant instruments that you develop for the purpose of the study, to present relevant documents, reports, policy, historical documents. Sometimes appendices also used. Abstract, which was the first point. It is a summary of a body of information. It expresses the main claim and argument of a paper. Question that an abstract answers. Why did you do this study or project? You getting me? If this question is asked to you and what answer you are getting, that should be written in your abstract format. What did you do and how? Means how did you do this? What did you do? What did you find? Means what did you get through this research? That is also you have to mention, because question that an abstract answers. What do your findings mean? Such questions answer which you are getting, that you have to write in your own words in abstract format. Introduction. The primary purpose of an introduction is to frame the paper for its readers. It should provide brief description of the topic, statement as to why the topic is worth researching or why it could be found interesting, statement of the research objectives, statement of the methods and the scope of the study, an overview of the rest of the paper that we have already discussed. Literature review, which I told you earlier, that this is the particular segment or section that is already done by other researcher work that we have to get. Suppose your topic is on plagiarism, and already somebody has done research on plagiarism. Plagiarism is the only topic that has been explored by both of you, but his topic is different, your topic is bit different. Then you can write the reference of the particular research paper or thesis in your research paper also. For this, what is the present state of knowledge regarding the topic under the consideration? How are the studies related to the one being proposed? What is the quality of the studies review? How will your proposed study contribute to the existing literature? Methodology means how did you do that, or how you are going to do this. To demonstrate that you are aware of the research methods used to study this topic, to justify the research method and approach you have taken or your study, to explain and justify the method of data collection and analysis, which I told you earlier. How did you do your work? How did you use questionnaire? How did you collect your data? How did you analyze that? What was the methodology? Everything should be written in this particular section. Conclusion also we discuss, but one more time we are having chance. The results and the discussion should be in the focus of this part. Means result and discussion should be included in conclusion to sum up your findings and highlight the significance of the outcomes of your study, to outline any implication or recommendations indicated by the findings. Results, to present the findings of your research in an orderly manner using heading plan in your methodology or headings arising from patterns found in the research. Discussion, show your understanding of what your data suggest. As I said about references, to list alphabetically all the reference materials that have been cited in the text of the report. As I said, you can take the book's name, you can take the website name, you can take the any research paper already, you take some data from that. You need to give the references with the page numbers, even author name, publication name, year of publication, etc. Referencing your paper, references needs to contain all works cited in the text. References should consistently follow one recognizable system. Appendices, to present relevant details such as letters to participants and organization. Any document which is related with the research work, you can add as appendices to present details of questionnaires, surveys, and other relevant instruments that you develop for the purpose of the study. Mostly in appendices, I have seen questionnaire added, even survey report is also added. Generally, questionnaire is a very integral part when we make the survey research. To present relevant documents, to present relevant documents, reports, policy, historical documents, etc. How do we can start? That interests you, but from which you can still learn much. Not too broad, not too difficult. One for which you can find materials from popular magazines or books aimed at general reading that has come interest for the average reader. The most important thing that I would like to suggest you to choose a research paper subject that is your interest. If you are having interest on particular topic and you are willingly want to write that, no one can stop you. Because why you no one can stop you? Because you are having interest, you are going to take so much interest in the particular topic, you will explore more, you will read so many books, you will find so many websites related to the topic, and then you will have a number of information to write the research. So the first foremost thing is, while writing or while choosing a subject for writing a research paper, is your interest. Even you can get some information from the library, observation or experience through your observation or experience also, even interviews, Even in the library, special bulletins and reportings also published weekly, monthly, 6 monthly, quarterly. So that also you can take to gain more knowledge about gathering of materials. Means you are gathering more materials, you will have a lot of things to write. You can develop your particular research paper on a large level. You can explore with the world, and you can give some ideas which is not been discussed already by the other researcher or early researchers. Common type of outline when we write the research paper: main idea or that we have to discuss, have some idea of topics in which you will be needing information, begin your reading with a few general articles which give an overall survey. Even you can try to anticipate the important questions your paper will have to answer. Jot down what seems to be the major dimensions of the subject. That means this is a particular preliminary outline while deciding the topic. In research papers, you should quote from the sources. Quote means, you suppose you are taking information from some books as reference also, that also you can write, and you can take the example of particular person has said about this, that also you can take as a quote as a from the author. For what purpose? To show that authority supports your point, to present a position or argument, to include specially moving or historically significant language, and to present a particularly well stated message whose meaning would be lost or changed if paraphrased or summarized. You can take as a quote. This is the most important thing that every researcher has to keep in his mind while drafting research paper, that he should be original and don't plagiarize. What does it mean? Suppose you are stealing some information, some of the books, and you are using in this particular research paper. So what will happen? That will be a crime, that will be offense done by you. So while taking the reference also, or while taking some information from some other sources, you should mention his name, you should take the examples of that. Getting me? Then only it will be justified, otherwise what will happen, it will be considered as a crime. So plagiarism is a kind of process when one author steal other author's work, passing of someone else's work as your own, whether we do this deliberately or not. Someone, are you getting this? समझो आपने किसी और का काम को अपना काम बताया है, जानबूझ के या ना जानबूझकर, लेकिन अगर आपने गलती की है तो वो गलत होता है। यहाँ आपको हाँ किसी का काम जैसा आप बताने के लिए ले सकते हो कि इस तरह से ये काम किया जाता है, लेकिन आप उसको अपना नाम नहीं दे सकते। Not acknowledging when using information like data tables, figures, graphics from other writers. अगर आप किसी ऑथर का डाटा ले रहे हो अपने रिसर्च पेपर लिखने के लिए, तो उसका रेफरेंसेस एक्नॉलेजमेंट करना बहुत ज़रूरी है। अदरवाइज क्या होता है कि वो ऑथर आपके ऊपर क्लेम कर सकता है। Inadequately paraphrasing a source. Why use a consistent format? When you want to write research paper, why you need consistent format? It helps your reader understand your arguments and the sources that are built on. Allow readers to cross reference your sources easily. They are doing further research. Provide consistent format, gives you credibility and reliability as a writer. For above all these 4 points, which is very essential for writing a research paper, you also should keep in mind this should be consistently written so that The credibility and reliability as an author should be maintained. Why should you bother? Why should you bother? It demonstrates you have look up the information to prove your points. While formatting your research paper, there are certain formats already very popular, and nowadays, if you ask me, there is MLA format, which is very useful, which is very popular also, and which is widely accepted. MLA means Modern Language Association, is the official guide to non-fiction writing widely adopted by schools, academic departments, and instructors. APA format, the second one is APA, American Psychological Association, is an academic format commonly used to cite sources within the social science, used by various other scientific journals also, including medical and public health journals, textbooks, and academia. Third format is ACM format. ACM stands for Association for Computery Machinery, is the largest and the oldest international scientific and industrial computer society, where the publishers publish their own journals or proceedings. So this about these three all the very popular and nowadays using by every researcher, that is MLA format, that we have to keep in mind. Even nowadays those are research scholars जो PhD कर रहे हैं, वो लोग भी MLA की गाइडलाइंस को फॉलो करते हैं. क्यों और क्यों करना चाहिए? Paper size, there is a comparison of MLA guidelines and APA guidelines. Paper size should be 8.5 into 11. It is used in the US actually, that is a standard size. Paper margins 1 inch of all size, top, bottom, left, right. Same is given in the APA. Font size, it should be 12, and generally Times New Roman is used, and the same is used. Sometimes they are going to use in Arial font also. So font generally size is 12 that you should keep. Spacing, double space throughout, including captions and bibliography. APA guidelines also suggest to use the double spaced. Alignment of text, flush left within uneven right margin, flush left with the uneven right margin. Alignment of text, the both are applicable in both the formats. Paragraph indentation, same, not same, or 5 the spaces are given, 5 to 7 spaces are given. End of sentence, leave one space after a period unless your teacher prefer to. Leave one space after a period unless your teacher prefers to. Means in both MLA guidelines and APA guidelines, both are given same. Page numbers, how to write page numbers? Every one on every page, in the upper right margin, 1.5 inch from the top and flush with the right margin, and put your last name followed by the page number. Generally we do write, and everybody has this information. Title page, how to write the title page? Only in MLA guidelines suggest only if your teacher requests one. Instead, on the first page, upper left corner, place on separate lines double space. This is example: your name, teacher's name, course name or number, date. Center of the title using regular the capitalization rules, and no underline. Start the report immediately below the title. Mostly is the same, but in APA guideline the title page is always first page. On the line below the page number, the running head is typed flush left. Section heading in APA guidelines suggests top level heading should be centered on the page using upper and lowercase. Second level heading should be flush left, italicized, using upper and lower case. Whenever you have to show tables and illustrations, you can follow these points also, which is given in both the system, like place tables illustration as they close as possible to the text they refer to. A table is labeled and given a number, example table 1. The table label and the caption or the title appear above the table, capitalized like a title first sheet. Here also given a order of major sections, bindings work also given, additional information also given that you have to read one by one, and you will get more information for this. Bibliography. Bibliography is the list of the sources you used to get information for your report. As a rule of academic writing, students need to admit the truth when they use other people's ideas, views, data, information, written materials, and audiovisual resources, etc. When you use a direct quotation or copied section, follow cite the source and no bibliography truth secret. It intends to tell the readers about accuracy, value, and relevancy of the sources that are cited. In a common language that I want to make you understand, whatever things you are collecting or you are taking from the another book to make your research paper, please mention the author name, book name as a reference, and that should be mentioned in a bibliography section. How to write this bibliography section in MLA format? Books, author's last name, then author's first name, book title, additional information, city of publication, publishing company, and publishing date. See, this is the proper way. This given examples also given here. Alan Thomas, Be Vanishing Wildlife of North America, Washington DC, National Geographic Society, 1974. And if you follow APA format, author's last name, first initial, book title, additional information, city of publication, publishing company. But please follow, I would suggest MLA format. Encyclopedia and dictionary. Authors, suppose you are taking information from encyclopedia or dictionary, then you will write like that. In MLA format, author's last name, author's first name, title of the article, title of encyclopedia, and date. If you're taking example magazine and newspapers articles, then you will mention like this: author's last name, author's first name, article title, periodical title, volume, whatever volume you take, 1 2 3, date, inclusive pages. But in the EPA format, author's last name, first initial, publication date, article title, periodical title, volume number, issue number if you are having already, inclusive pages. So this is the way to write. You can see both I am giving here both the format, the same slides, MLA and APA format. You need to go in details to get that. So this was particular MLA format and APA format that we have learned in research paper writing, and just because you are getting so much information about research paper writing, it is not easy to keep in a mind. So I suggest you to learn one after another. You will have information to develop yourself, because mostly students don't know how to write the research paper. When they start, they follow uncertainty, and that become a help for them. So I'd suggest you to follow this format which I taught you through this lecture, and definitely you will get something. Okay, and we will have interaction section soon, so keep ready for that. Also we will discuss on certain things. Even I'm going to conduct two online tests on Google Forms, so that whatever lectures I have taken till today, I want to know more about your knowledge. I want to clarify whether you are watching my video completely from beginning to end or just writing your roll number or name only. So this is very essential for you. Even some students request me to make the video on git, which is going to held in 2021, and some students request me for communication skills also. So for this also I'm going to make a video soon. We're connected, and please subscribe the channel, hit the bell icon, you'll get the notifications also, and likes you have to increase, so that what will happen, notification you will get about my videos and you will be connected with me. Not this particular subject is not related to the fifth semester only. This particular subject is related and it will be helpful for you in your future also. So whatever things, whatever videos I am making for related to this communicative English or English subject, that you need to watch it completely and you need to improve it. Hardly I make videos for 30 minutes, not more than that. If suppose if I made a video for more than 30 minutes also, that is also for your beneficial also, but I'm trying to sum up in 30 minutes so that you should get more knowledge on that. Thank you for watching, and thank you so much.